This is from Toby Harms. World Cup going on for the month of June and for this particular year. Most of North America playing host to it. And Europeans, Japanese, Koreans holidaying in Mexico, taking in the culture and the food there. But especially the Euro Bros. We already know about the Scots basically drinking Boston dry. But it's not just the Scottish. A lot of Euro Bros on the continent paying a visit to America. And discovering it's not half bad here, is it? I was going to say could always do a reactor of clips of Europeans discovering Walmart. They've not only discovered Walmart, they have discovered, especially those in Texas, they have discovered things like Buc-ee's and HEB. Across America, they've discovered Waffle House, and what else have they discovered? I think paying a visit places like Culver's in the Midwest, Chick-fil-A in the American South. They've discovered a lot of things about America, and they have come to the conclusion they rather like it. They rather like it all. Yes, and they've also discovered air conditioning. They found it to be rather refreshing. It's like, yeah, quite nice, isn't it? So let's take a look at this from Toby Harms. Title of the video. This is another quick one. The World Cup proves Europe was wrong about America. 3, 2, 1, and go.
The FIFA World Cup finally started, and the media, the legacy media in Europe, did everything to discourage people to come to America. They were spreading fear about
ICE agents will be here safe.
violence, and all these things.
Oh no, ICE agents! They're going to arrest everyone just because you're not from around here.
Issues could make it difficult for some soccer fans.
It just warms my heart to see all these Europeans go viral on social media now, experiencing.
Just had our first Waffle House experience at 1 a.m. Great food, great prices, friendly staff, 10 out of 10. We will be coming back. Now, I mean, say what you will about certain sketchy types that frequent a Waffle House at 1 o'clock in the morning. Can't complain about the food. I speak from experience, having dined at Waffle House on multiple occasions myself. Great salt of the earth people working there. Sure, they all have their own unique, interesting life stories. The food is delicious. I mean, where else can you go and have yourself a plate of steak and eggs for $12, $15 still? And it's a good cut of steak. Our scrambled eggs are delicious. And so are the hash browns and the bacon. All of it. The toast. Slap a little bit of butter on there and it's all you need. It's good food, done right, and at an affordable price. What is there to complain about it? Yeah, sure, it might attract some of the savoury types. Some of them might not be in the best parts of town. But when you travel as much as I do on the road, you're grateful for places like Waffle House that are open all hours. And you know you can get consistently good food. They're going to do their job and remove trespassers. Oh no, you're right.
The real US,
Why did no one tell me ranch sauce is like crack? Europe, we need ranch ASAP. Yes, don't talk to me about dipping your chips in ketchup. Ranch, my dear chat. That is what it's at. Onion rings, chips. I will dip them in gallons and buckets of ranch dressing, and I have no regrets, and it is so good. And yes, it is like crack, but as they call it, ranch.
love I live in. I looked for the best clips about Europeans coming to America and experiencing the real America, and I just wanted to share that with you guys.
Bit warm, but other than that, it's very nice.
I'm German. I have been living for the US for 2 years now. I just love this country, and it just warms my heart to see all these Europeans coming here now, going viral and enjoying the same lifestyle I have been lucky to enjoy. And if you're new on this channel, please
Wordforge, thank you for the follow.
Make sure that you guys subscribe. I'm still a small channel, and every subscriber really helps to grow.
We'll drop
But
the
now
link in
let's get
chat.
into
Everybody
it.
make sure you go give them a follow. Ah, the sounds of my people. Everyone loves a Scottish.
So here you can clearly see like Brazilian, Scottish people just celebrating, enjoying life, enjoying the soccer World Cup and having the greatest time ever. And when the security celebrates with them, and it's a very safe
It's good to have some fun. Faith in humanity restored.
and everybody just having a good time.
America, can you please explain why this is so big? Ik ben bij Bucky's.
Because they can. That's the simplest reason of all. Because they can.
This is like a gas station that let the intrusive thoughts win.
That's a lie. Not even the Scots like other Scots. I suppose back in the old country, yeah. But I know what you mean. Sort of like brothers and sisters fighting. Natural enemies. Like Englishmen and Scots. Or Welshmen and Scots. Or Japanese and Scots. Or Scots and other Scots. Damn Scots. They're doing Scotland. Greatest money-making idea going on right now. Starting up a ranch sauce business in Europe. Lol. Yes. I mean, even if you wanted to do import-export, you could probably do fairly well for yourself. Exporting ranch sauce to countries in Europe. It's big because we use our willpower properly, right?
Everything's Bucky's own brand.
Spicy pickled
That's how they keep
eggs,
the-
just in a jar.
That's how they keep the keep so much of the profits to themselves. And not only that, Bucky's brand is very much like Kirkland's signature from Costco. It's it's going to be good quality.
I'm genuinely.
Yeah, and that's amazing, right? Bucky's.
Dude, Lamau, this is a gas station and a massive gas station at that.
Is something
Though normally you would expect this to be for like lorry drivers, for truckers in America. That's not the case with Bucky's. They don't really service lorries. They stick to passenger vehicles. The lorry drivers, they tend to stick with Loves, Pilot, Flying J, TA travel centers, those sorts of places. Mainly because the business models for those they're built primarily around lorry drivers. I mean, Bucky's is a theme park that sells gas, complete with gift shop up front. Yeah, that's fairly accurate, I'd say. It is for the holiday goers. It's for the road trippers. Most lorry drivers, they're just looking for a place to park their rig for a 10-hour DOT break, and have access to clean restrooms and clean showers, and maybe some food if they're hungry.
very common here, like a big gas station. It's basically almost an entertainment park. And we Europeans, we don't know any of that. For us, a gas station, first of all, it's way more expensive. And then you don't have all these cool things there. And I have to admit, I've never been to a Bucky's yet. So that's definitely on my bucket list. And this German
Bucky's
guy,
on the
Freddy,
bucket
he's
list.
like a legend on the internet already. He did this
Make sure you go follow at FreddyLA7.
hilarious review of Waffle House.
10-hour break, yes. Federal DOT regulations for lorry drivers in America require that after a maximum 14 hours on duty, that's how long you're allowed to be in and on duty or driving status. And then you have to have a 10-hour break to reset your clock. And then there's also a 70-hour clock, which keeps counting down no matter what, except in an off-duty state. And once that runs out, you have to have a 34-hour reset. So about a day and a half of just off-duty sleeper berth time in order to prevent driver fatigue.
1 a.m. in the morning, 10 out of 10, amazing, right? And this something like this, we don't have that in Germany. It doesn't exist.
Must be a crazy timer to keep track of. Most commercial drivers have some sort of like Android-powered tablet system or something to keep track of that in their lorry, and it does that automatically and just switch back and forth between on-duty, off-duty status. It used to be that you had to keep track of that via paper logs, and yeah, that was a pain in the arse. And you still have to have paper logs as a backup in case your tablet system breaks down on you. or fails in some way. But tablet system's it's pretty good at keeping track of that sort of thing.
This at 1 a.m. in the morning, you can go to McDonald's, maybe get a doner kebab, but we don't have something amazing like Waffle House. And this guy, check him out. He's like a legend all over the internet. And I'm really glad that one of my fellow Germans is really enjoying it.
It's just containers.
Just containers, what, to contain stuff?
Yeah.
We haven't got one of those.
That's it.
No, we haven't.
Yeah, it's that is the entire purpose of the container store. They sell containers. They sell different metal, wood, and plasticky bits to store your things. That's it. That's all they do. And their business model has allowed them to build massive big box stores selling nothing but that.
And this is like hilarious. For me, it was also weird coming here and going to the container store for the first time. I'm not a big fan of that, to be honest, but my wife just loves the store. And I have to
Oh,
admit,
yes.
it's kind of nice.
Key
that you just
demographic,
get
the
some
women.
Containers, some cabinets. They have really, really cool stuff to organize things. And we don't have these things in Europe. They don't exist. Like, we just have to stand at grocery stores, maybe IKEA. But stores like the Container Store or Office Depot don't exist in Germany, don't exist in Europe. And they're just experiencing it here for the first time. It's just very nice to have this nice variety, different stores you can go to.
Wow, is that a gallon?
Gallon?
That is a
Oh, gallon. We don't have this.
We have always seen it in movies, and finally we saw it in real life. The legendary gallon of milk.
Like a
it's the stuff of legends. I guess they're French. But yeah, in America, that's normal. You can even go to specialty dairy product shops. Like there's one in certain parts of Texas, Oklahoma, I think Arkansas, and some other places called Brams. They're an Oklahoma-based outfit, and they deal in milk, eggs, ice cream. Most of them have restaurants where you can, order like an ice cream sundae, and you can also have like hamburgers or the chicken tendies or something like that. Oh yeah, any variety of ice cream and milk, but eggs, and certain frozen goods. They sell it, and it's really good milk too. Neela, thank you for the hydrate redeem. Welcome in. Don't you mean Arkansas? Yes, that's the joke about Arkansas, isn't it? My father-in-law was a charter driver. He once made Clinton's bus campaign tour wait overnight because of drive time requirements. Yeah. No real exceptions granted unless it's an emergency. And even then, it's like, just because it's a politician, it's not an emergency. Yeah, once your 8 or 11 hours of drive time, your 14-hour on-duty clock is up, you have to wait 10 hours to reset it. America is a magical land. In many ways, it is. There's still very much a land of opportunity in so many ways. And seeing things like this really helps you to appreciate, if you do live in America, just how good you've got it.
gallon of milk, like for you guys, completely normal. For me, still sometimes amazes me because the biggest size you can get in Europe is like a quart, I think. It's like a liter. So that's very nice to have these big sizes. And they're just
And if you go to Costco in America, they sell gallon milk 2-packs. They've got this little plasticky ring thing that links together 2 of the 1-gallon milk containers to get, and that's how you buy your milk at Costco. You don't buy it by the gallon; you buy it by the 2 gallons.
experiencing it firsthand.
Wait, guys, why is it so big? Like,
I mean, everything's bigger in America. Let's say that's a large jar of large container of Ragu branded tomato sauce. Sometimes you need it depending on how many people live in your house. True.
why is everything huge? Like,
Because this is America, bitch. That's why. No further explanation required. Like I have to buy a loaf of bread every couple of days because my roommates, so I've got to get them in bulk. Yeah, something like that. Costco membership or a Sam's Club membership comes in handy.
this is insane. That looks good, though. That looks very good. Like,
That's a lot of peanut butter, mate. Ground beef.
this is
Yeah, massive cylinder of ground beef. You can do taco night every night of the week with that. That's what said the actress to the bishop.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, and again, like this guy just experiences it, how nice it is to buy actually big sizes, to buy like for a whole week. And probably his first time in Walmart or like an American grocery store. Europeans always like to talk shit about American grocery stores, but then the first time they come here, the first thing they usually do is go to Walmart and buy all these huge things and just enjoy the experience.
And, oh, this is one. Yeah, this was making the rounds over on Instagram. At Fabio, Italian bloke here. He's discovering the concept of free refills, which other parts of the world, not really a thing, but in America, just like they let the spice flow in Dune, they let the soda taps flow in America, especially once they discovered air conditioning. Yeah, that's aircon not really a thing over in Europe, and especially not in the UK, mostly because of environmentalist bullshit. But with the summers becoming unbearably hot these days in the UK, it's something, mate. Fascinating vision. Welcome in. Came in from Celestium's raid. Well, welcome in. Good to see you.
I can refer this 1,000 times.
Yeah, but you won't drink.
Knowing him, he probably will.
Glory.
You don't know.
You paid for it. You paid it.
Once.
Bro, slow down. Fabio, slow down.
Yes, please.
Drink his weight in
And
Coca-Cola.
he's so happy, right? Like in Europe, it's unheard of that you can get free refills. Usually it's like $3 to $4 per drink, and you drink like 2 3 drinks, it's like already $10. So that's like a paradise for Europeans. And then also the selection here, my
Oh, yes. Yeah, just all of the different variations on Sprite and all these other different brands of soda. And we got like Gold Peak, iced tea, and Minute Maid fruit juices, and High C. And you got root beer from Barks, and you got Dr. Pepper, and Mellow Yellow, and Seagram's Ginger Ale, Fanta, all the different variations of Coca-Cola. But the power grid in the UK handle mass aircon adoption. I want what's best for my people, Everest. So don't really care if it leads to the building of more power plants, be they coal-powered or nuclear. I am all for that, especially if we can do it as a gigantic middle finger to Ed Miliband.
my good friend Freddie, he's just amazed by all these different varieties. Like in Europe, usually there's like 2 3 flavors. There's not a variety like that.
There is people walking everywhere. There are women walking alone with fancy handbags, jewelry on, glasses on. They're not being harassed, nothing. Then, right here, you've got a park.
Brother man, where the hell do you live? I would really love to know. This is Jason 2 Bartlett.
Clean and tight.
This man is just amazed that he sees like
I mean, those
clean park.
those parts of America do still exist. Oh, he's from South Africa. Okay, well, that makes sense. Yeah, South Africa is it's kind of a shithole. Let's just be real. More power for the grids so they can have comfort. Indeed. That explains it, yeah.
Like women walking by themselves with like fancy handbags, and there's just a lot of wealth in America, and it's usually very, very, very safe. And he's just amazed. Like if you think what's going on in Europe right now, yeah, the parks are usually not that clean like you see here.
It's a shame, too.
Okay, cool. It is 12
I believe it's the same bloke. World Cup tourist from South Africa gives us a take on the USA.
o'clock at night. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Nothing. No.
I believe that looks like a sign for a pilot, a Flying J that he's at.
I mean,
Yeah, pilot.
completely
That's a pilot truck stop there.
spotless, clean. I just took a walk all the way
I mean, I don't
down
know
there.
about spotless, but
Midnight. It's freaking
fairly clean.
midnight. It's safe. And I'm a white person walking around.
yeah, I mean, there's just the part of the safety is just there's nobody awake at that time of night. Most of the people that you would find still awake would be perhaps lorry drivers pulling into the pilot to park their rigs for the night or to, stop for fuel or take a meal break or something like that. And that's the extent of it. Most of them are just, they're in, they're out, and they're moving on. Yeah, it looks like he's in a fairly rural part of the US. So yeah, there's not going to be anybody out that time of night, just because there's not a whole lot of people out there. And those who are out there, they're asleep or they're busy working.
That's so cool. Look there. Those trucks, nobody's trying to rob them. No one's looting them. And
Well, no, hold on. To be fair, those trucks are probably locked. The doors are locked. Might possibly have drivers in the sleeper berth back here on this bit on 10-hour break, sleeping. But here's the thing. Even going back to driver trainer that I worked with when I was first working on my commercial license, he told me, it's like most parts of the country that I drive, Rex, I don't even bother locking the doors most of the time, except when I'm going to sleep. You know, he'll pull up past the pumps to go to the bathroom and grab something to eat in the truck stop or something like that. And just leave the doors unlocked. He's like, I'm not worried about it because most of these trucks have tracking devices. So somebody makes off with my rig, they're not going to get very far because not only can we track these rigs, especially if you're a company driver, they can also shut the truck down remotely. So it's very easy to recover it. It's the same thing with the trailers. These 53-foot trailers that they haul. Somewhere, either on the inside or the outside, they've got tracking devices built in. Especially if they are part of a fleet, they're going to have GPS trackers. And so dispatch will be able to tell where they are anywhere in the country or for the world, for that matter. Your average person couldn't get a rig out of the parking lot. That's also true. It is a special kind of skill to operate a lorry. Not everyone can do it. And it is one of the hardest driving licenses to obtain. Must be nice to know how to worry about it. Yeah. Cops love pilots and loves. Yes. They make the rounds constantly. And so they've got great food. Honestly, I know most people are probably familiar, those of you in America at least, you're probably familiar with Chick-fil-A and the chicken sandwiches. Delicious chicken sandwiches. As our European brethren have discovered here on holiday for the World Cup. Really good alternative that comes awfully close. I mean, it's just nearly there. The chicken sandwich at Pilot and Flying J. You ever find yourself somewhere in America and you stop for fuel or for a break at a Pilot or Flying J, try the chicken sandwich. Especially the spicy chicken sandwich. The resemblance to a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich, uncanny. Trust me on this.
smashing the back of them and stealing stuff. If a truck drives that slow in South Africa, they literally will break open the back and loot it. I mean, and here's me.
And here you have a lorry driver slowing down for safety reasons because he's probably about to make a turn because it is dangerous to make a turn in an 18-wheeler going any faster than, say, 14, 15 miles per hour. Might be they reverse engineered the sandwich. Yes, probably did. They wanted something to give Chick-fil-A some competition other than Popeyes.
A white guy walking around at a gas station. That bridge, I'm going to go for a walk underneath that bridge now. You know what's going to happen to me? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing.
You might come across an odd homeless person, but yeah, for the most part, they're fairly harmless. Then again, out in the rural part of America, probably not going to be anyone under that bridge.
Safe as
Yeah, and most places are really safe, but I have to say, like, gas
I
stations.
definitely would not stay at that Econo Lodge that's across from the Pilot. Most of the time, these budget motels are set up near truck stops like that in case of breakdowns and drivers need a place to sleep. Econo Lodge is definitely a flop house. Don't stay there unless you absolutely have to. That guy should apply for refugee status here. Literally a shining example of someone who lives in a crap hole needing a safe place to live. Yes. As for the lot lizards, yes, and also, as someone who has worked as a professional driver, they are really not as common as you think. There's always the scare stories trying to make you think they're everywhere. I haven't encountered any of them because I don't go looking for them. And that doesn't mean that they don't exist. I'm convinced that they are not as ubiquitous anymore as one would think.
around midnight, they can be a little bit sketchy. So I would be a little bit careful there. But it all depends where you are. Like most places are probably totally fine. And yeah, this guy is from South Africa. I think they have like it's a very dangerous place of what I heard. But
That's putting it
like yeah,
mildly.
truck driving slowly, right? Nothing happens. Like US again, a very safe place. And
Yeah,
this
you have to do that. That looked like a Peterbilt, an old Peterbilt. Again, you try and take a turn in a lorry going any faster than, say, 15 miles per hour, you are going to overturn. You are going to cause a major accident. Cities are going to be the problem, if anything.
thing is, it's true. Like people really think in Europe, they read the media, you know, they only read the bad stuff, and they really think like it's a third world country. So that's why I think these videos are so beautiful, because it shows the reality of America, and they are experiencing it firsthand. What an amazing place, and what an amazing.
I've been driving for 5 minutes now and I can't wipe this smile off my face.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
in a Ram truck in America. Like, look how sick this
Yeah.
is. Country music on the radio.
Englishman in a Ram
Yeah,
truck.
guys, you have no idea how cool these trucks are. Like this, it's my dream to own a truck like this one day. Unfortunately, they're very, very expensive, and I cannot
Yeah.
afford it with good consciousness.
Even a Ford F-150 now is, to get one with anything on it is like 50 grand now. It's getting bad. It's becoming. I think we've got a video here that we can try and get to about the $100,000 truck app, and I could never imagine paying that much money for a pickup truck. I don't see it. I don't see the appeal. For that much money, I would rather have like a luxury saloon car.
But yeah, and the Europeans get it, right? Like they always look
Yeah,
down.
a pickup truck with the same bed size as a K truck, indeed. FYI, I worked for both Kenworth and International Truck and Engine. Oh. Yeah, International does not have... International and Volvo, amongst American truck drivers, they don't really have the best reputation. Volvo, because of their electrical gremlins in recent years. International, just because the fit and finish on them, they're a bit ratty. Kenworth, though, they're nice. Kenworth, Peterbilts, Freightliners, good ones.
To America, they're like, oh yeah, you guys, you have no idea. You don't need a big truck, but it's just very nice to be in one of these big trucks.
It is.
Like
They're
if you buy something, you just
they're
put
ever
it
so
in the
comfy.
bag, and it's very safe.
And of course, everywhere,
The
American
European
flags.
in
I
Walmart.
wish we would have the same in Switzerland, where you could see all the Swiss flags. No, that's a good thing. United.
Well, you see, mate, because of Big Bad German Mustache Man, the powers that be have decreed that you're not allowed to have any sort of semblance of nationalistic pride and fly your flags. That's your own flags in your own countries have now been considered hate symbols. Obama crushed all the old cars and trucks. Used to be easy to get an old truck to rebuild. Used to be, yeah. The whole cash for clunkers thing, more recently, just all the inflation that everyone's had to deal with. It's made it nigh on impossible to get your hands on an old truck, fix it up, and make it your daily driver. As if the other mustache man was not a nationalist, right?
These days flags. I like this.
I think that's why Europeans like the Soccer World Cup that much, because it's the only time you are allowed to wave your flag. It's the only time.
Yeah, you
Other
can
than that,
you can do it for sports ball, but because of Big Bad Mustache Man from Germany, you're not allowed to display any sort of nationalistic pride.
surprised that the Swiss guy, that in Switzerland they also don't do it, but as in Germany, it's very frowned upon to wave your flag, be proud of your flag.
Yeah. I wonder why that is, Fritz. Wonder why that is.
Yeah, like they don't do it, and yeah, that they get it. Like,
And
a
we
good
know
thing.
why.
It's a good thing to be proud of your country, and you can be proud of
Careful.
America. Like I'm proud that I can live here. I'm also proud of my German heritage. But yeah, in
Careful.
Europe, it's like unseen to show your flag. World Soccer Cup.
There's honestly no way that this is normal. Look at this.
Yes,
This
it
is
is.
a high school stadium.
Yes.
What?
There are high school stadiums, especially in the southern half of the United States, where American football is an absolute obsession. And I kid you not, $500 million to $1 billion spent either on construction or innovation. I am not exaggerating. Football in Texas and the South is an institution, absolutely. American football, pigskin football, not soccer football. Though changing demographics, especially in the South, that might also be changing. These might be getting converted over to soccer football fields. But yeah, this is normal. This is normal for America. Kitted out with, obviously, stadium-style seating, broadcast facilities up near the nosebleed sections, locker rooms, workout facilities, medical facilities, everything that you would find in a professional setting available at the amateur and high school level. You mean handball? Yeah, if you want to call it that. Didn't have to be careful, he lives here, lol. True. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if a mass amount of Europeans and Asians moved over to the South because of the World Cup and soccer started competing with football. That's possible. I mean, Europeans, Southeast Asians, mass numbers of those. As immigrants, I'd rather deal with those than the lot we've been getting in recent years.
Look at the amount of seats in this place.
A normal high school
Yeah.
stadium in the US, you guys think it's normal. Like in Europe, like we are lucky if we have a soccer field there, right? Like here, usually you have a basketball court.
The facilities are just the facilities over in Europe are pathetic in comparison, and it's just like Mitsu from Side Scrollers was saying to the rest of them, is like, yeah, you lot, you don't have to live like this. There are better ways.
Like baseball fields and many, many more things. It's unseen in Europe. Europe's also
As long as they assimilate, otherwise it's only slightly better. Yes, but far easier for them to assimilate compared to what we've been getting in recent years.
look down on your American schools. Like, the quality is not as good. Our schools are way better, but it's not true. Like just sport facilities are way more modern in America. Like the teaching methods are way more modern usually, and American
That's not always a
schools,
good
like,
thing.
if you
I
compare-
mean, Americans are having to deal with the whole Common Core problem. And a lot of these schools with these massive Taj Mahal type sporting facilities, even in the South, they're facing closure because so many people have opted, especially in the wake of COVID, to just homeschool the kids. Because so many of them were doing remote work from home during COVID. Parents were catching wind of what they were learning in school and more specifically what they were not learning. And they were not too happy with that. They weren't too happy with that. And they all just sort of figured out, yeah, you know what? We can actually teach our own children in our homes for cheaper. We can also form co-ops and we can still do it cheaper than the public schools. So yeah, we're just going to do that. Isn't tax about the same or worse there? Well, no, it's worse in Europe. They'll take half your money. In certain parts of the South, taxes are relatively low. Though depending on what American state you end up in, you've got state income tax. I know with Texas, what they lack in a state income tax, they more than make up for it in property tax. It's obscene in some parts. Europeans and East Asians, similar culturally, should be an easy assimilation, indeed.
to worldwide standards are quite good actually.
Cup and trying Chick-fil-A for the first time. We've got
Here we go.
spicy chicken burger, fried potato. Get in! That's a proper chicken burger, isn't it? Fried potato.
I love that.
Mate, you're joking. You're joking, mate. That's not.
No,
Every European, they
no
all
joke. No joke. It is that good. It is that good. You have to try it to understand. So, those of you watching chat in other parts of the world, if you find yourself on holiday in America, try Chick-fil-A. You will not regret it. Here in Cali, we check off all the boxes in taxes and then some. Oh, yes. My state is 5%. Oh, you're one of the lucky ones, yeah. Blue cities are the worst on taxes. They really are, and you don't really get much for your money, do you? Spicy chicken. Hell yeah, let's go. Yeah, the spicy chicken sandwich at Chick-fil-A is my go-to. Every time. Every time. It has to be tried to be believed, indeed. Massachusetts not too far behind Cali. I don't know how anybody does it. I don't know how anybody can live in Massachusetts or California these days. I can totally understand. As much as Kirsche wanted to go back to Massachusetts, it's too expensive. Too expensive. No, there's Colorado. Yeah, Colorado is just... I have watched in my lifetime as Colorado has just become an absolute joke of a state. And that's what happens when you turn the map purple. Somehow I manage. You deserve to do more than manage, though. You deserve better.
Always like to shit on American food, but then the first thing they do, they come to America and they enjoy American fast food. They all go to Chick-fil-A, like try different burgers, and they just love it. They just love American fast food. The World Cup happening here in America is like a great, great thing because like all these Europeans
Just smashes through the
just saw it
propaganda.
here, like firsthand, how nice people are, right? It's super safe. It's kind of affordable. The tickets are crazy, don't get me wrong. Absolutely
Yeah.
insane. But
Daylight
other than
robbery.
that, they just enjoy it. They have a good time. They talk to Americans. And it seems to change a little bit their perception, right? Because the media, what are they gonna do? Like you see it all over social media, how these people are enjoying their time.
Mhm.
So thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that video. Please make sure to be subscribed. Most people watching my videos are still not subscribed. So please subscribe.
All right, then.
And
We'll do that.
see you soon. Bis bald. Danke.
We will subscribe. We will give that a like. And we will copy the link. That's why I moved out of California, tired of paying nearly $2,000 to live in a 500 square foot shoebox, among other things. Yeah, I lived in a 500 square foot shoebox at one point. I think I paid $1,000, close to it. But even then, I thought that was too much. All right, everybody make sure you go give them a follow. Go watch the video. Give it a like. Got so many others.
For years,
Here's another one.
Europeans have made fun of America. The giant supermarkets, the
British couple.
portion sizes,
James
the
and
flags
Sienna.
on every corner, the patriotism. Anything you could think of, Europeans have probably said it about America.
And the fact that Americans can't seem to do anything quietly. But now, the World Cup has arrived in America.
Millions of people are seeing America up close for the very first time.
Mind being blown.
We are James and Shana, a British couple that have travelled almost 20
Oh, no.
states
Excuse
in
me.
an RV, and we have fallen
She has a
head
very
over
nice
heels
bottom.
for America. We post all of our experiences on this channel and also talk about our experiences and our opinions of different states. So if you were interested in that, make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Right.
So you see, chat, there's more of us than you know. There is more of us than you know. F? Why the F in chat? What are you talking about? Did we lose kick all of a sudden? Looks all right to me. We're still here. Yeah, I might just need a refresh on your end, Jimothy. Right, let's keep going.
Europeans have been laughing at the size of grocery stores in America for years and years. But now, as we said, the World Cup is on and they're experiencing it firsthand. We have seen all over the internet people walking into places like Walmart and making videos because they are in shock at the size and scale of these things. The fact that they used to take the piss, I think their minds are being changed. They're starting to come round and see America for what it is.
And understand it.
Yeah.
It's bigger and better than every other country. Everything in it is
I mean,
bigger and better.
we've got the space. We've got the space. You might as well use it.
People are getting a real experience right now of America, and I'm glad the World Cup is in America.
Yeah.
I'm glad people are having to go there for the football.
Yeah.
You guys call it soccer. Because it's opening everybody's eyes up to how
It'll
amazing
always be football.
and diverse America really is, and huge.
And maybe, hopefully now, the world is starting to realise how amazing the US is. The first time that James and I stepped into a Walmart was a crazy experience. First of all, we weren't expecting to see so many American flags hung up on the ceiling.
Oh, they
It was
saw it as
incredible
well.
to see, and we were thinking, like, this would never happen in a UK supermarket.
I'm sorry, but there is not one thing that you can't buy in Walmart.
Yeah.
I saw there was a tire shop.
They really have
in
just
there.
got everything. And for what you pay annually for, I think it's Walmart Plus, enough orders and you really do get your money's worth. More so than, say, with something like Costco or Sam's Club or anything like that. Stream cut out for me, just weird, internet's not prone to disconnects.
Canoes, guns,
Yeah, arrows. Is
E-
it arrows, knives?
knives, arrows,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, depending on which part of the country you're in, you go to a Walmart and they're going to have a sportsman section and they're going to have a firearms section too. So you can buy guns, hunting rifles, all of that.
These like food, anything you could ever think of is inside of Walmart.
Yeah. You can get lost in there.
You could get lost in there for hours and hours.
Yes, you
And
can.
also,
I think one time, did we lose each other in there before?
Oh, of course.
We do. Sometimes
Yeah,
me and
it
Sean
happens.
go to Walmart and we lose each other for
It
a long
happens.
time.
Also, Europeans are 1000% not used to seeing this because they do not sell guns. Maybe knives? Kitchen knives. Like
Kitchen knives.
Yeah.
but nothing like you guys have in America.
Some shops in the UK, in the London area, can't even sell kitchen knives anymore. You know why, which is
Yeah.
another messed up story. But seriously, people in Europe are not used to that. We're used to tiny little stores.
Yeah. I mean, for us, they're big, but for Americans, they're not big. They're tiny.
No,
Yeah,
but
that's
you guys
normal
are probably thinking,
size.
What are you guys going on about? This is just a normal store to
Yeah.
us. But for other people from other countries, they're like mind blown by this stuff.
Right? Oh, yeah, that one Australian woman who was flabbergasted by guns being sold at Walmart. Lol. Yeah. I think there was a VTuber who posted kind of a sneering post about all that and absolutely got ratioed over it to the point where she had to back down and apologize. She was like, get a load of this weird gun stuff over here in the Walmart. How crazy is that? And it's just like, bruh, it's just way of life here. They've got this thing called the Second Amendment, and there's also, depending on where you go, there's hunting seasons. So it's like, can we please stop with the Canada bro and Euro bro cuckoldry about, oh, it must be so dangerous if you need a gun. It's like, no, it's actually kind of necessary to keep a polite and orderly society, and we're better off if more people are armed. Not to mention, we want it even more convenient. We want to be able to go to 7-Eleven, get a bottle of Mountain Dew and a custom M1911 out of a vending machine. Yeah, the old joke about alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, the ATF, that should be a convenience store, not a government agency.
Also, guys, let us know what the best supermarket chain is in America. What's your opinion? Because loads of people told us not to shop in Walmart because of the quality of the food, but we all...
It's not terrible in Walmart, but some of the best ones I know of, H-E-B in Texas, Central Market Street, Costco's really good. I mean, you can get like premium grade Wagyu beef at Costco, and you can buy it in bulk. It is obscenely expensive, but you can buy it. What else? Those are kind of tops. Because those are the more bougie type supermarket. They have guns, so it's not dangerous. Exactly.
always go there because it's convenient, but let us know what's the best supermarket.
Yeah, where do you guys shop? Get in the
grocery
comments.
store.
Get in the comments. Let us know where you go for your shopping trips,
Yeah.
and not clothes shopping trip. Food.
Mm.
Something that people always take the piss out of when it comes to America is the fact that Americans love their country so much. But now people are visiting and they're starting to understand why Americans are like this. Because America is freaking amazing.
Yeah, it's
I'm
not
starting
perfect,
to
but it's pretty
realise
damn
that,
good.
we're seeing videos online of people being like, okay, yeah, I understand why Americans are always flying the American flag and always tooting their own trumpet.
Yeah.
Because America is insane.
It's amazing. One of the huge things we love about the US is how much you guys absolutely love your country and you're so patriotic. You're always flying your flags everywhere. You have humongous flags, which we do not have in the UK. Yes, we have flags, but nowhere near
Tiny
as
ones.
they're small, but nowhere near.
And even then, you're getting harassed by the police for flying the flag and raising the colours, and you've got local abject communists from the town councils trying to tear them all down. And you've got the government wanting to brand the Union Jack or the English flag as a hate symbol, all because of that whole post-war mentality of, because Big Bad Mustache Man, you're not allowed to have symbols of patriotism or any sort of nationalistic pride or even a country or borders. Close to perfect is where you're at. It's not a bad place to be. Yeah. Gun sales in America are able to purchase a means but equal self-defense despite body, size, build, or sex. What a concept, right? Yes, because a certain Austrian painter threw a fit. Several peoples have to suffer in their own countries. It's retarded.
Many flags as you guys have in the US, which is really sad to see. And recently there's been a thing going on where some councils in certain areas are banning people from flying the Union Jack, the St. George's flag on their balcony or...
Fly it anyway. That's what I say. Fly it anyway. It's an unjust ban, and the people are well within their rights to defy it, and defy it they must.
in their garden or on the front of their house for I don't know what reason.
They're fining people.
They're fining people.
They're fining people actual money.
Fly it anyways, refuse to pay the fine. Fly it anyways and refuse to pay the fine. Defy them completely and totally, and if enough people do it, they'll back down. They'll back down. Dylan, welcome in. Good to see you.
For flying their own flag in their own country. What do you guys think about that? What do
That's
you guys
absolutely
think about
is bollocks, is what it is.
The fact that you guys love your country so much, you should be proud of it. Because
Yeah.
in the UK, people do not love this country
It
anymore.
feels like a crime to be flying a flag. It feels like a crime to be proud of your country
Yeah.
now. It feels like you'll get in trouble for being like, I love the UK.
Especially, we don't know about other countries, but in the UK, it's like, it's becoming a thing now where like you're not allowed to love the UK. And to be fair, the UK has been going downhill.
Oh, for sure.
It's been really going downhill.
Yeah, they're not doing themselves any favors. They're making it hard to love.
It's one of the reasons that we really want to come back to America and live there.
We just love the sense of pride you guys have, and it's something that we want to grow.
UK is such a depressing country.
It's something we
It's
want to.
We want to have
unfortunately,
that
yes.
same feeling. It's not nice when you live in a country that you don't really like being in, and the whole vibe is negative here.
Yeah.
A lot of the vibes that are going around, I need a better word for vibes. Makes me sound so young. I'm 30 now. A lot of the
Hey,
feelings that
you're still young, mate.
are going around are negative, and people are not happy here. And
Yeah,
we're so
it's misery.
inspired by how much you guys love your country. Like, we love America more than we love the UK. Massively.
Yeah, I feel like there's no freedom of speech here. If you say
No.
something
Oh, no.
bad, they're gonna come knocking on your door.
They're going to come knocking on the door. When me and Shana are listening to Courtesy of the Red, White and Blue, we get goose pimples. We're singing the lyrics, man.
Yeah.
We love it. Like, get me to America.
Europeans are now seeing this in the US, the patriotism. They're even flying the eagles around the stadiums, and honestly, I don't think the Europeans can
yes.
comprehend.
Yeah, they can't even comprehend what they're witnessing.
What's going on? This doesn't happen in European countries. This doesn't happen in the UK. How cool is that?
I
Even
mean, it's not easy to have a bald eagle fly about at a sport match for like UFC or whatever. It's not an easy feat because the bald eagle is a highly protected species in America. There's permits involved. There's a lot of red tape in and of itself because, you know, it's the national symbol. But still, the fact that they were able to do that, that's pretty fucking awesome. Gotta say, that it was really cool.
stuff eagle flying around a stadium.
The showmanship that Americans put on is out of this world. Like, when
Thank
me
you
and
for the
Shana went to our
applause.
First ever college football game. One of the teams had a dog running around. One of the teams had a dog
Every
running
time they
around.
scored,
Every time
it
it ran across the
Yeah.
pitch. And the bands.
Happens all the time, yeah.
The energy. And
everything.
I feel like Europeans are really getting to experience this firsthand.
I think they might be referring to, trying to think who they're, there's a couple of possibilities as far as universities go, where they do that. I think the University of Georgia, they've got the Bulldogs, though I don't think Uga is quite the spry sort of creature to go running about. If I had to guess, they might be thinking of Texas A&M, which has got a collie for their mascot. Long running tradition. I think they're up to like Reveille the 15th or something like that. They're always named Reveille. And that dog is treated with absolute reverence and given the absolute best of care. And beautiful, beautiful collie. And I think, whenever the Aggies score a touchdown or something like that, they tend to have, the flags running about in the field. And they also got, I think they have Reveille do a bit of a sprint with a handler across the field. Give the old girl some exercise or something like that. Never realized how miserable Euros must be. Maybe expanding America would be the best for everyone. Maybe. I mean, Euro bros tend to be a somewhat miserable lot. That's kind of something in the nature. I think it's one of the big things that held them back. And you get over here to America and it's much more optimistic. I mean, again, not perfect, but, still got a bit of that can-do spirit left over. And, that sort of thing's not really looked down upon. UK, Europe, there's so much of a crabs in the bucket mentality that, if I have to suffer, you have to suffer, we all have to suffer. Nobody's allowed to be a little bit happier than everyone else or a little bit more successful than everyone else. That's why I tend to congregate with Americans most often, and I'm rather selective with the company of Brit Bongs and Yoda Bros that I hang out with, because I don't like that crab in a bucket mentality. I really don't. And if I see someone demonstrating that sort of behavior, it's just like, okay, I don't want to be around you. I want to be around people who lift me up, not tear me down. We're going to space. Patriotism can do a world of good to lift up morale. It really can.
And the videos we've been seeing everywhere are everybody talking about how much they love it and how America does everything bigger and better. And they can't be taking the piss anymore because they're enjoying it.
Yeah, boy. Our next point is about
Yeah,
the
boy.
friendliness of Americans. I think most people are probably very surprised about how friendly Americans are, especially from what they hear on the media,
Oh, yeah.
what they see in the movies. And that actually sounds silly saying it out loud, but people actually believe the media and they hear about the gun issues in America and they automatically think that all Americans are bad. Or most Americans are bad and scary, but they don't realize
that so much of the media portrays them as a bunch of trigger-happy inbred hicks or something like that, and nothing could be further from the truth. Absolutely nothing could be further from the truth.
when they go to America, they are greeted and welcomed so much. They are so friendly, even over the top friendly in the best way possible.
You almost think that it's a joke. You're like, what?
Yeah.
Is that person really being that nice to me and they've just met me? But we've been to America 3 times now, and every single time we have been welcomed with open arms. You guys are so generous, so friendly. I've got a friend right now who's over in America for the World Cup, and I told him about how friendly you guys are, and he said to me, James, I thought you were joking. He's like, I thought you were joking, but these people are so friendly and they love to have a heart-to-heart chat. Like, whenever I speak to an American
Absolutely.
on the street, outside a gas station, it's not just a normal, hi, how are you? It's a heart-to-heart conversation. We get into the nitty-gritty.
Yeah.
We're talking about mums, we're talking about dad, talking about grandma. It's amazing. And I'm so happy that loads of people from Europe are now getting to experience that, because I'm not being funny. In Britain, in Germany, I've heard people are very grumpy and they don't talk to you. Like when we go to the grocery store in the UK, I'm not having conversations. When I'm in Walmart, I'm talking to everybody.
Yeah. And on the street, for example, just walking on the street, you are not going to have, very unlikely to have a conversation with someone in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
But when we had a walk in America for the first time,
we bumped into like 5 different people and we spoke to them all.
Yeah, and they obviously didn't even know we were British until we spoke.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were just having like 10-minute conversations with every person we walked across. When we came across.
Open their
it
mouth,
was
British
insane.
detected.
We couldn't believe it.
It's a very different culture. And I think having the World Cup in America is really going to open so many people's eyes to the way that you guys act and the way that you guys move. I think people are going to fall in love, man.
I think they have already fallen in love.
We
Yeah,
have.
we're already there.
Yeah.
We're already
For
there.
years, people have told us everything that is wrong with America, but very few people talk about what's actually right with America.
Which is surprising. because it's unbelievable.
That's a lot they
we
get
know
right.
America is not perfect. No country possibly can be, you know?
Nope.
But let's be honest, after everything we have experienced in America, we are obsessed. It's one of the most diverse, friendly places we've ever visited. Like, it's incredible.
You can get everything you want there. You can travel. We understand why some Americans don't have passports, because you can travel anywhere you want in the States and you can get a different climate.
Yeah,
Every
there's a
state
lot
is
to
like a different
see.
country.
It is, yeah.
Different little American twangs,
Yeah.
different food,
Yeah.
different personalities, different scenery. So we understand why Americans don't have passports, and we also understand why so many of you beautiful Americans love calling America your home. And hopefully one day we will be able to do the same thing.
100%.
I do hope that happens for them. They seem like a lovely couple, and I think they'd be a great addition to the pastiche that is the United States. I would say to the America Bros, don't be part of that statistic of people who do not have a passport. Get your passport. And get TSA pre-check while you're at it to speed things along at security checks at American airports. And get out there and see the world. Not just, I mean, there's a lot to see in America, and I encourage everyone, see as much of the country as you can. But there's also a whole world out there. And it's just waiting to be explored. So, get your passport and get to traveling. You won't regret it. You really won't regret it. Yeah, I guess I should. Really, everybody should. And I would say that even to people who are not in America. Anyone. I mean, it's also an issue with a lot of people in the UK that they don't have passports either. And I would say, I tell them all the time, get your passport. Get your passport, mate. Go see the world. No one ever regretted taking a holiday somewhere and seeing a part of the world they never experienced before, or even seen it again. I have my passport, don't know if I'll ever use it, but I do have it. It's always good to have. Even if you are an American and you've got a passport, it really helps with your employers because they do check ID. They do check to make sure that you are a citizen or at least have permanent residency. And there's usually a list of documents. Like you have to have one document or one from two different columns. You show your passport, you're good. That's all you need. All we need now is high-speed rail. One can dream. One can dream.
The World Cup may only last for a few weeks, but for a lot of visitors, their opinion of America may possibly change forever, and that makes us so happy to hear that America is finally getting some positivity sent to it and people are experiencing it for the first time and actually having their own opinion on it rather than listening to the media and other people's opinions.
It makes us very happy. We're over the moon that America is finally being fully understood and experienced rather than judged from outside.
So if we're happy about it, we can't even imagine what you guys are feeling. You must be feeling so proud and overwhelmed with the responses you're hearing and you're seeing on the media right now from Europeans and people visiting your country.
Let us know if this is true. Is that how you feel? Get in the comments and let us know.
If you liked this video, guys, and you would like to see more, please make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button.
Thank you for the 100
Hype
kicks,
the video.
Word Forge.
Hype.
We appreciate you for watching.
Love you guys.
Bye.
We'll give them a subscribe there. Yes, thank you for the full send of 100 kicks, Word Forge. Thank you. Lol, now seeing the world is just what is your flavor of little Middle East? Not everywhere. There's some spots that are relatively free of that sort of thing. There's still plenty of spots in Japan and Southeast Asia where they don't really have to deal with that sort of thing, though it is starting to become a growing problem in Japan. Korea, not so much. Definitely not in Singapore. Thailand, not so much. Malaysia, yeah, probably. Hong Kong and China, no. And, despite the geopolitical tensions, I do recommend people go to visit China, or at least Hong Kong. Lovely city. Not quite as vibrant and the same as it used to be back in the 2000s and the 2010s. But still a nice place. We've done some reacts previously of some luxury hotels in Hong Kong. And there's some places that are really nice. Like, the old Peninsula Hotel. Absolute classic. And you know what? I think, let me go ahead and copy the link here, and we'll go ahead and post that into chat for everyone. I remember that one react to that luxury hotel is basically a shiny Motel 6. Yes, the Ritz-Carlton definitely fell short of expectations. The Peninsula, on the other hand, remains the gold standard for Hong Kong hotels. Anyways, we'll go ahead and drop that into chat.